We've got some real hot takes about bananas here. Human beings are monsters.
White guys talking never ends.
We've got some real hot takes about bananas here.
God damn him. I hate him.
One banana, one banana, one banana. We've got some real hot takes about bananas here. One banana, one banana, one banana. We've got some real hot takes about bananas here. One banana, one banana, one banana. We've got some real hot takes about bananas here. One banana, one banana, one banana.
God damn him. I hate him.
We've got some real hot takes about bananas here.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
I'm so on the edge of, I want to tell people more, not exactly where I am, but like geolocate where I am a little bit more. Like,
you want to give everyone your exact home address?
Yeah, like my coordinates and shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I kind of want to, but then I kind of don't because I have so many things to say. So I just have to keep saying them regionally.
Right.
But
so for those who don't know, Justin is living somewhere in South America right now.
That's correct. Hola.
It's an undisclosed location. He's camped out with the cartels. So
there's so many bananas here. This is where bananas come from. I was thinking about that today. Like, banana is the most ubiquitous world fruit, right? Like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Somehow, like, there's like, I'm sure there's like snowy, frigid regions of Siberia that have like bananas at their Walmart because they have Walmarts in Siberia. Like everywhere has bananas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you ever heard the whole story behind bananas?
Well, I know they're all essentially like the same banana, right?
Yeah, there were, I don't remember. I heard an actual number at some point, but I mean, it was, we'll say at least 24. We'll say that.
Kinds of bananas.
Types of bananas.
Yeah.
And they weren't all easy to grow.
Right.
So now we have one banana and all of the others don't exist.
Isn't that weird? That's so weird.
Human beings are monsters.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole type of plant that we went, it's not really convenient for us. Let's just get rid of a bunch of them. So we'll just have this one type that we have forever. And we'll ship it to Siberia and everyone will be happy.
You're right though. If you look at human history, it's like we've been very successful for the most part at making the planet great for us. Like, we're still working on it. Like it's going to be 70 degrees all the time pretty soon.
That's the goal. There's never going to be winter. It's humans hate winter, so they're just getting rid of that. It's impressive and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah. I've been trying not to let the winter get in because, it's only November 12th or whatever, but like it's like 30 degrees here. And
it's cold South America. Cold.
You wouldn't think so. Like,
yeah.
I'm in Chile. Okay. I'm at the tip. I'm like almost in Antarctica. Let's just say that.
You're in the chilly part of Chile.
That's correct.
That's it.
Oh my God. We're getting old. But yeah, like I was able, when I had more confidence and energy earlier this week, I was able to see winter as a challenge because everyone here, it's like, I tell them that this is the first time I'm going to experience this. And they're like, well,
that's never the good reaction when it's just
everyone seems to have the same advice, which is don't just stay inside the whole time. You'll go crazy, which sure that makes sense. But like going outside sucks. It really, really sucks. And you still have to do it. You have to occasionally get a grocery or something.
Yeah, well, and it's good to like see that the sun is still there every so often
that's
and
right.
things like that.
We do have these big windows, which is, so I know that outside is there. But,
okay.
It's,
that's good. That's helpful.
But people
you don't want to live in a bunker there. That would be,
that's right.
That would be a bad choice.
People really seem to like mentally be gearing up for winter all year long. They're like, it's nice today, but winter's coming. It's coming.
Do you want me to tell you what the weather is tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I'd love to know what it is there. It's probably 60 degrees in Nashville tomorrow.
Tomorrow it's a high of 70.
Oh my God.
70 degrees. But it's going to dip all the way down to 41 at some point.
It does do 41. That at night. That is true. It'll get nippy at night. Mm-hmm. Like I was talking to somebody. I was talking to one of my old coworkers yesterday. And I was like, oh, and they're like, what's it like? I was like, oh, it's like 40 today. It's not bad. And she was like, 40? It's not bad. What
you meant to say is, oh, well, hell. It's like hell. It's very cold.
Exactly.
Don't care for it.
Oh man.
It's the coldest day we have is next Saturday. It's supposed to be 62. So I finally busted out a jacket.
Oh,
a jacket.
Dude. Wow. I was underdressed in a jacket the other day. I was outside waiting for the school bus and I was like, oh shit, I messed up. I made a drastic error here. I'm shivering.
See, that's when you make the kid become self-sufficient. Just tell her, hey, survival of the fittest. Just wait for the bus, get on it, make sure it's the right bus. Bye.
Get your ass to school. Yeah.
Yeah. When you come home, knock on the door. I'll open it for 3 seconds. You have 3 seconds to get in before I slam that door shut. But it's not coming in.
But in other news, it is the other thing. It's such an adjustment because there's the weather, and then I've talked about this before, but it's kind of hitting me again right now for everybody at home. It's just like it comes in waves. It's been about a little over 3 months, and so like living in an apartment is the other side of it. An apartment building is the other side, and I'm learning things about humanity, Nathan, that I think I forgot about. I think I told you I was just boiling over with anger the other week about a laundry situation. This is not a big deal, but it felt like war to me. I was going to slash dude's tires. I was going to like urinate on his car. I don't know. I was really, really mad. But then fun things happen too. Like today, so there's a back door in the building, and I take when I walk the dog, I usually go out the back door because there's less activity back there because there's a million fucking dogs here. Everyone has a fucking dog. Everyone has a dog. And I love dogs, but like my dog is like every time she sees another dog. So it's a whole.
Your dog also loves dogs.
Yeah, too much.
It's a mutual feeling between the two of you. You just control yourself, and your dog does not.
Right. So I'm taking her out the back door, and there's this like real dickhead. He may not be Russian, but I think he might be. So we're gonna call him.
It seems fair.
This real dickhead Russian dude, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
He smells like cigarettes. Okay. And I know this because I've encountered him in the laundry before where I've meet all my neighbors. And the other morning I caught him though, because he doesn't really like do the blinds properly. He's on the first floor. So you walk out the back door and his windows are right there. He's got 2 big windows right there. And he was at a computer at 6 o'clock in the morning smoking a cigarette like you would think a Russian person would at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, oh, I got him. If I ever need to take this guy down, I know he smokes in the apartment. You were not supposed to do that. Like, I got this motherfucker. Well, that's fine. I'm not really going to take, I'm not the type of person to take people down generally.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll see.
Let's see how winter goes. Today, I was, and the sun is going down at like 4:30, which happens in Nashville too.
Yeah.
Because daylight savings time ended. Today, I walk outside. He was completely, he was nude. I saw him completely naked in the window, just ass and back.
Okay. But windows, blinds wide open.
Okay. I mean, he either does not care, wants people to see him, or just doesn't know like what blinds are. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I do it too, but I'm up on like the top floor and no one can see me. There's no way anybody can see me. But this dude just like blatant, just ass right there. I don't know, man. People are weird.
One of these days you're gonna look out the window when you're doing that, and this Russian guy is going to be on a ladder looking in your window. Just smoking, staring at you.
Jesus. Yeah, exactly. I really roughed up the microphone there.
You turn around, yeah, and he goes down real quick.
I also know he's a Mets fan because I can read the poster on his wall.
If I had to pick a team that a Russian was going to root for some reason the Mets feels appropriate.
Feels right?
Like they're a big team. They're in a big city, but I don't see a Russian wanting to root for the Yankees.
Yeah.
It seems too all-American.
Yeah.
So I could see them being into the Mets for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's another team. Yeah, just the Mets. That's it. All Russians love Mets. That's it.
It's almost like he had a poster of just baseball, like generic baseball poster.
Go baseball. We love baseball.
We love, like, he's trying to assimilate, but he just can't quite do it right.
You need to talk to him to, just see where he's coming from, because he may be one of those all American, love America, baseball, apple pie, hot dog. And you go, okay, cool. Those are things we have, yeah.
In that order, yeah, sure,
yeah. It's a new world for you.
It really is. I mean, I've done this before, like I've done this, but after being in your own place for so long, or just having like one neighbor, like longtime listeners will remember Adam, who's been on the show a couple of times. He used to be my one neighbor,
Yeah.
Like we shared a wall. We lived in a duplex situation. But then after being in a house for so many years, you just forget how weird people are. And of course, we're probably weird too, though I don't think so. I actively try. Like,
well, you don't think so, but you live with yourself.
Right.
You're used to your brand of weird. Everyone's weird.
Yeah.
They're just not Russian Met fan weird.
Naked Russian smoking Met fans.
It's nude smoking Russian. That's a different level of weird that you haven't hit yet.
Well, and then, you and I are always talking about how grateful we are to be like married guys, right? Mm-hmm. And then you remember how many guys there are that aren't married because it would be impossible for them to be married.
Yeah.
Because they're just too strange. They're too strange.
Yeah. Every so often I encounter a single man, and you have a conversation with them and you'll think, yeah, no, that makes sense.
You're going to be that way forever.
That was the correct decision by all of the female population. Good for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, incel. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh, right.
it all adds
Good deal.
up. Yeah. And people leave just the weirdest shit in the lobby too. Like, I don't know if someone's dog died, but there was all this like lightly used dog paraphernalia laying out. There's these two, like, they're ottomans, but everyone just treats them like, tables.
Right.
There's always crap on them. And some dude has had a package. I think it's been there 6 to 8 weeks at this point. God knows. And I was talking to cleaning people one day. This didn't happen in our building, but they have this cleaning crew that comes like once a week, right? And I was talking to the guy one day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we do these other buildings." And one time there was a package that had food in it, and it just got left there for so long that there were maggots, and it was just man, isn't that awful? Isn't it just terrible?
I mean, I can imagine that happens fairly often. I remember when I was in college, one of the jobs I had at one point was working at the campus post office.
Oh, yeah.
And you would get people who got a care package mailed to them, but it arrived like the first day of Christmas break.
Oh, yeah.
And they're gone. Like, it makes no sense. And so eventually they come back to the most stale cookies anyone's ever had. Like, if it was anything perishable, it would be bad. It would be very bad.
Right. Like, that's not even totally their fault, I guess, but.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I could see myself getting something shipped and just going, I have to go get it. It's a whole thing. I'll get it tomorrow and then forgetting about it.
Yeah. Tomorrow never comes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's like, I'm a safe human, but I understand that I might not look that way to you if I'm getting in the elevator at 10:30 at night and you're a young female person. But
right.
So I get the like concerned, like who's this creepy dude look a lot, and it's not really deserved, but like I get it at the same time because they don't know me. So
you're looking at this the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
This is an opportunity to rebrand yourself as a dangerous, a ne'er-do-well.
Oh, you're right.
A rapscallion. So keep doing what you're doing, but just start like playing with a butterfly knife everywhere you go. Yeah.
That sounds good.
When they get in the elevator, they just see this guy in the corner flipping his butterfly knife around everywhere.
Why is that guy always on the elevator? He's always on the elevator. And there are people I run into a lot because I'm at home a lot right now, and I run into people a lot, like over and over again in the elevator, and to the point where it's like, oh, I always see you. Yeah, I know.
Your elevator friends. Yeah. Elevator friends.
Oh, let's have a 30-second
so
conversation. Sweet. Yeah.
It's that relationship where you regularly make small talk. Anyone who's ever had an office job understands this relationship.
Yes.
You have that person you make small talk with on almost a daily basis.
Yes.
Your friendship is never going to go beyond, oh boy, the traffic, right?
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to drive here. All right, well, bye. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Go ahead with your life now.
Yeah. That's apartment neighbors.
Yes.
I remember when we lived in an apartment, there were the people. Some you don't even get to that point. Some it's just hi.
Yeah.
Bye. This is what we do. We wave and then we move on.
And I don't even get like the like I said thank you to the mail lady the other day. just for doing, her job. But that's like something I would do. I would just thank you. Thank you so much.
That's a Justin move. Yeah.
That's a Justin move. Thank you so much for delivering our mail. I know there's a lot of packages. You're like one person and there's like, I don't know, 100 people in this building or something.
And most people just leave it in the lobby. They don't even come get it after you deliver it. It's a waste of your time.
And I know like USPS, like you're competing with FedEx who does it better and UPS who does it better. But like
you're the worst at it. Yeah.
But like, hi, thank you. And she had the most like pleasantly shocked reaction. Oh, you're welcome. Like no one has ever told this woman thank you ever.
Well, she doesn't deliver mail in the South. In the South, everyone would say thank you. Now, they wouldn't mean it, but they would say it.
They would say it.
Right. In other places of the world, that doesn't happen. In other places, if you're in any sort of service industry, you don't even have a face. They don't know what you look like. You're all the same person to them.
Right. Yeah,
so
that's true.
You humanized that postal worker. It's the first time she's been humanized on the job ever.
And I did mean it. I did mean thank you. Like I did mean it, like I don't know. I don't know. I did not foresee this level of culture shock happening to me. I have to be honest. Like I've never fully aligned with the culture I grew up in, right? Like values wise and such, not on the same page, but like this kind of stuff, I know I've been talking about this a lot on the show, but it's blowing me away. It's like that, like social lubrication factor is really different,
Okay. How specific are we allowed to be about where you're at?
I mean, it's New England.
Okay. That's all we need to know here.
Yeah. New England's enough. Yeah.
So you did pick the area in the United States that is most polar opposite to where you're from. That is true. Attitude wise.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
Like the Northeast is there's the stereotype of, like the New Yorker types and all of them being very unfriendly.
Right.
There's a reason that stereotype exists. Some stereotypes are justified. Now, I mean, not that all New Yorkers are rude or anything. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
But in the Northeast, it's more common that they will be blatantly rude to your face.
I find myself at the friendly end of a conversation a lot. Like I'm the last person to be like, okay, thanks, have a good one. Dead. Nothing. Yeah. No, no reciprocation on that. I was having a conversation.
Sounds correct.
Yeah. I was having like a hallway conversation with a neighbor the other day. And when she was sort of done saying what she wanted to say, the conversation ended. Like there was like the back and forth. It was just back, no forth, or forth, no back. It was like...
I think I might actually thrive in that situation.
Yeah.
Where I can just, when I'm done with the conversation, just walk away. I don't have to wrap any, because it's always the ending of conversations with me in life that I hate. I hate the whole, all right, well, I guess we'll talk about that again later sometime. Okay, well, it was really good talking. Okay. All right, well, we'll see ya.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like the we'll do that Tuesday.
Bye.
And you're done.
No even bye. Just parting of ways. All right.
The bye is implied by turning around and walking off. You don't need the bye at that point.
And that just hurts me though, Nathan. It hurts me. It's like I don't know. It's just I didn't realize how intertwined it was in the fabric of my being, but there we go.
What you need to do, you need to develop a stronger social anxiety.
Oh, that. Okay.
And then you'll be like, oh, I really like how all of these interactions are going. They're short and I don't have to talk to anybody.
what's funny is like if I had lived here when I was a 9-year-old, it'd be perfect. But
Yeah.
at some point, I something changed in my life, and like it's like my wife and I realized we like switched places. Like she realized she was like more introverted than she thought, and I think I'm actually more extroverted than I thought as a kid.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like an extrovert's extrovert, but I like more so than I thought. And yeah, so it's I don't know.
I don't
keeps
think
happening.
I feel like we've had a similar conversation to this at some point, but I'm going to say it again anyway. My theory in life is that no one really is introvert or extrovert.
Okay.
Everyone. So you have your scale. You got your extroverts, your introverts,
Right.
and everyone's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But no one is 100% either one. You just claim whatever is strongest.
No, I think that makes sense. I think like
Yeah.
we keep realizing that more and more things are continuums, right? Like
I think everything's a continuum at this point, honestly.
I think
I
you're
really
right.
don't. I don't think there are any absolutes on any label that we have given anything. We just kind of have to label things for the sake of, I don't know, tribalism
Like getting
and hating
on with it?
everybody. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it seems like that, like we've seen scientifically.
Yes.
Not to get way down a rabbit hole here, but like scientifically, they have proven like gender, there is a spectrum.
Yes. Yes. Right.
Like there's not, it's not just X chromosome, XY chromosome. We're done. We had
Right.
the whole conversation. That's the whole thing. No, there's a spectrum there. It's proven scientifically.
Right.
And that's a spectrum that is in everything. Everything we just have labeled because humans, again, are weird. we hate multiple types of bananas and we want to label everything. And those are the two things we stand for as human beings.
Yes. We need one kind of banana, please.
One banana, two labels for everything, and that's it. Nothing else.
I like it. Yeah, we have binaries, but for bananas, it's just a unary. So
Right.
it's a single.
It's a nary, just
It's a
nary,
nary.
just one.
It's good to talk about it though, because I really have, I thought I was doing better. Like September was really hard. October was much better for some reason. And now November is proving so far to be a little hard again. I think I do think it's the cold. I think the cold is getting to me a little bit.
The cold, and I mean, the time change isn't going to help.
No, it doesn't help.
It gets me, and I don't have any major, life changes that happen. Just every year from the time changes until like, I don't know, end of December.
Yeah.
It's there's like a mild depression, not clinical depression, not I need medicated for depression, but
sure. Yeah.
In the evenings you're kind of like, I just want to sit there and not move, and I'll get back up at some point. Don't worry about it.
Right.
And it's 100% for me, the time change that triggers it every single time.
That's for real. I was advised by my therapist, which is kind of wrapped up now, to start taking vitamins. And so I did that, and I've been really, really taking vitamins, like
vitamin D.
Yeah,
vitamin D is
that's
huge.
the big one. Yeah. Yep. So I've been doing that, and we had snow, and the snow was actually fun. We went out and played in the snow. We were the only people out there.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Well, everyone else saw it and went, "Oh, it started again."
Yeah. Exactly. And it's like you're sort of being like the odd southerner out there doing it, but you don't care because it's to me it's novel still,
Right.
Like
right.
4 inches of snow on a random Tuesday is still new in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now in January, you probably won't be wanting to play in it much more.
I don't think so. I think it'll be over. Yeah. It's weird too because yeah.
You got to enjoy it once.
I got to yeah, exactly. I got to enjoy it once.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been that, and it's been like my solace this week was really turning on the live TV channels on the Roku and discovering the Price is Right channel. It's 24/7 the Barker era, all day long.
The golden era. It's not even Drew Carey.
No, there's no, and I think that's like a deliberate choice because they keep saying the Barker era.
Right. Oh man,
all day long.
That makes me want to have a 6th grade sick day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think they're consecutive because they're not in sync with what's happening in the real world, but like we had the Christmas episode and then the next like 2 they were talking about how it was a new year, and I was like, oh, so this did happen, and like, oh, that's working out real good. It's not your fault.
Let's hang something that makes sound on this wall.
It's there because I like it, but the washboard's a real. It's kind of dumb that I put it there because every time someone has to walk by, they run into the damn thing. But you know, the game show thing kind of started with me because we also have the game show channel, which shows a lot of Match Game, which I didn't grow up with Match Game.
Is that a Chuck Woolery?
That's Gene Rayburn. I don't know if Chuck Woolery.
Rayburn. Okay,
Yeah,
Chuck Woolery may have done it later because he did a lot of game shows. Then he became a right-wing nut job, and now he just yells about politics into the ether, and everyone ignores him.
There you go. If Gene Rayburn is not dead, he is a member of the goddamn undead because he looked dead back then.
Let's see.
You know, the 70s, you know, we received some, as kids, we received some 70s media, right? But like we weren't immersed in it in the same way as people a little bit older than us. And the Match Game just struck me as like so bizarre of a thing. You take a normal person, you put them on, and then they try to like guess what a bunch of famous people are thinking who were living in cubes. Oh, she's moving the washboard. Thank you. Nathan is applauding you.
That was very quiet and subtle.
It was. If I hadn't drawn attention to it, no one would have noticed.
Right.
But this guy, Gene Rayburn, he looks like the creepiest dude, and he does like kiss every lady that's on the show. Like he gives her.
That was the only reason anyone hosted back then, is so that they could give little smooches to all the ladies as they talk to them. Oh man, Gene Rayburn, he looks like a vampire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's. Hold on.
But
look at that.
Yeah, he's a skull face guy. But apparently he was like a real sweet dude. I couldn't find any nefarious doingses on his part. And apparently when he would fly back and forth cross country, he would like quilt or knit to entertain himself.
That guy. Okay.
That guy.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This guy
or needlepoint
that we're talking
something.
about.
Yes.
He's this guy's needle pointing on a flight.
Yes.
Not berating stewardesses or grabbing their ass as they walk by or anything like that.
That is correct. That's what I read. That's what I
don't believe it.
I know.
I don't believe it.
Well, and the thing, so it started with the Match Game, and I'm watching the Match Game, and I'm like, this is bizarre. This is a bizarre thing. And but there are names that I've heard on there and stuff, and the kissing thing really took hold. And then I watched Price is Right, and I noticed one key difference. Bob Barker never goes in to kiss somebody, but they go in to kiss him. Every lady on that show.
It's that animal magnetism. Bob Barker. Ooh, boy. He had it.
He did.
I don't know that. I'm trying to think of young Bob Barker. What did he look like?
And was he an actor or comedian or something to begin with? I don't actually know.
I don't know how anyone in that era got any of their jobs, honestly.
Yeah. This was like, oh, you're a white guy. You look good in a suit. All right, you got it. Can you talk with a long microphone?
I could see ladies being into this.
He's a real wholesome looking dude. You got to give it to him.
That's a good looking guy right there.
Yeah.
You know,
it's clean cut.
He looks nice. He looks kissable.
Definitely. He had some great suits. I mean, that's one thing I definitely picked up on was like, and they were all color coordinated, the tie, the pocket square, the whole deal. I mean, dude looked fly, like 9 times out of 10, even in eras when fashion was bad, he still looked good.
Right.
Yeah.
He, I mean, no one did it like him. He was the best game show host, and it's not even a competition.
Yes. And I learned that The Price is Right. Maybe you know this already. The longest running game show in television history.
I would believe it. What?
Yeah.
Did it start in the 60s or 70s?
Well, they had a run of it, which is pre-Bob Barker, which I think was pretty early. And then it ended, and I believe they resurrected it with him in the 70s. And it's been running since then. Right.
Let's see. Yeah, he hosted the 1972 revival.
There we go.
The first run was 1956 to 1965.
Yes, that's what I thought I read. Yeah, 1956.
Wow.
Crazy.
Okay.
So early television, really. 56 is like the birth of TV.
Yeah, I think 49 was when the first TV station was launched.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh. If I remember,
that's cool.
If I remember my mass communications classes correctly, Mark Hamilton, I'm sorry if I let you down. But yeah, it's 56 is like when it first was national. Like everything was national, and they were just doing. Basically, it was radio programs. It's what we're doing right now.
Exactly. It's hilarious. It's people
they
talking
just
to each other.
videoed people talking into a microphone like they would have in a radio station.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Wow. That's so weird that we're doing the same thing. Oh, man, that's fucked up. Wow.
It's all cyclical. It all comes back.
It's true. It's true. White guys talking never ends.
That's right. No one can talk like a white guy. We talk incessantly and never have anything real to say. Perfect entertainment.
Whether anyone asks for it, and we have the balls to do it.
Yeah. Right, yeah. No one asked us to do any of this.
So for our own edification, for going on 10 years, not quite, but getting there, like 8 years, you and I have been talking into microphones. No one ever asked for it. We just started doing it.
No one. Yeah, we just decided, man, the world needs to hear what we have to say about things.
That's right.
We've got some real hot takes about bananas here. So let's get those out there and make sure everyone knows. Everyone knows about the American banana system.
That's it. That's it. Oh, down here in Chile, man, I'm telling you.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a real banana republic.
We really should have I mean, it's too late now because we've already talked about where you're at. We really should have had a long running thing about like a Where's Waldo or Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego type of thing.
That's great.
Where in the world is Justin Sandiego?
Oh man, my life would be so much better if my last name were San Diego.
You can change it.
Oh, you're
Like
right.
you have the ability to do that. I don't know if you want to bring your family along, or if you just want to be just in San Diego by yourself and
No, by
they're
myself.
on their own.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think by myself.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Going
It gives
back
you
to
an easy run out if you need to.
we should have seen it coming. He changed his last name to San Diego. What were we gonna do?
It was inevitable. It's going to happen. So
Going back to the prices right for a second. They have some odd things sometimes, right? Like products that we've forgotten about, probably products that should have never existed in the first place. One that blew me away, and I'm sure you're going to want to look this up. For the first part of the show where you're just trying to get on stage, right? The bidding, right? I forget what they call that, but anyway, people are bidding, and they bid a lot on tea trays and armoires and shit like that.
Yeah, Samsonite luggage. Yeah,
exactly.
Things like that.
Yeah, exactly. One that stood out was the executive rocking horse. This is This is a 5 foot tall rocking horse, designed, I believe. This cannot be for children because they can't get up there.
Okay.
Pretty confident this is designed for the stressed executive to hop onto between meetings in their office.
Is this the type of rocking horse?
That is correct. Yeah, that is a executive rocking horse right there. And wow, look at the prices those are going for.
Yeah, this one $6,637.
My God. Wow.
We need to get into the rocking horse business.
And of course, because the price is right, one of the ladies is up there just riding it on the front of the stage. And,
of course.
Woo!
That may be the only reason that was even put on the stage to begin with. Is we have these ladies. Rocking horse. Why not?
Another good one was the personal trampoline. It's like a small, circular trampoline that I guess you jump on it while you watch The Price is Right. I don't know what you do with that.
I've seen those. They still make those.
Do they?
I had a coworker a few years ago that went to the doctor and it came back he had high cholesterol. So he decided he wasn't getting enough exercise.
Right.
And worked from home. I think he was working from home 4 days out of 5 a week pre-COVID. This is way before COVID.
All right.
So he was like, I'm not getting any exercise. I'm stuck at home. So he bought a trampoline like that and would take tiny trampoline breaks from his work. There were a couple times I was like trying to get a hold of him, and he was like, "Oh, I was on the trampoline. Just a second."
Like it seems like a good idea. Like I get on paper, like I get it, but then in its execution, it's just so silly. Like
I don't know how much exercise either you're getting. Not
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I never got like his next cholesterol test results, so I don't know if it went down or not. But it feels like you're not getting a ton of exercise just jumping on a trampoline, very small trampoline in your house.
It feels like the trampoline is doing and gravity is doing the majority of the work there.
Well, the trampoline's cholesterol was great. It was perfect.
Maybe if instead you decide to, toss people as if you were a human trampoline,
or toss the trampoline.
Yeah, that too.
And they're probably not super light. You could lift that. Maybe that's what he was doing.
That was awesome. That's awesome. But no, I grew up watching The Price is Right because my anytime I stay with my grandmother, she would watch it religiously, and she would have loved to have been on the show, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just such a fixture. I mean, I remember it came on at 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of shows I would get sick of and be like, oh man, why can't it just, like, the news would come on and be like, oh, the news, somebody got
Yeah.
raked. I didn't know what rape was, so I thought they were saying raked. Like,
I mean, in your neck of the woods, that might have been a thing. Just there's a guy raking people out here everywhere.
he's got them all piled up in his front yard.
Okay, so how old are these that you're watching? Like, are they 80s?
Yeah, it seems like most of the ones I've seen are early 80s. Like, one of them, I know they said 1983, so I think I watched like the end of 82 into 83.
Do you have troubles watching it where you're trying to play the game and inflation has caught up, so you're like, a refrigerator was $150? What?
Dude, all the time. Cars, right? Cars are like under 10 grand. Like, a nice car is like $5,000, and you're like, what?
This brand new Mercedes, $8,500.
Right, and people are taking trips to Paris and Mexico City and shit, and the whole thing is under 10 grand. Like, what? What? Or like even a candy bar, like a Chunky. You remember a Chunky?
Oh yeah.
The Chunky is not costing very much, and it has a really out of date slogan. You got to open real wide to get a Chunky inside.
You got to feel like they knew what they were doing with that one.
Oh yeah,
There was one person at the advertising agency just going, they'll put it on. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it, guys.
The people that need to get this are going to get it.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Like, when we talked about this, I think we watched some of it on the show at some point. Supermarket Sweep.
Oh yes.
Where they're going through the products. Number one, I haven't heard of half of them because they're all gone. None of them exist anymore. And then they're talking about how much they all cost, and it's insane. It's like, oh no, the whole chicken was $1.50. What? Why?
And this chicken went to college. Supermarket Sweep, like, I would love to do a deep dive into it, but I find it borderline unwatchable. There's something about it.
It's terrible, but in that car wreck, I can't stop watching it kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, it's every episode of Supermarket Sweep, it's what, 3 couples? There are 3 couples.
I believe so. Yeah.
Not all, like, married couples. It could be roommates, whatever. And it all devolves into women with large hair and sweaters with shoulder pads sprinting through to grab as many hams as possible. That's the entire show. That's it.
And then they find clues, and like, oh, dentine, go.
That's it. That's the whole show.
That's the whole show. And the host is super annoying. He's no Bob Barker, that's for sure. He's not even a Gene Rayburn. I think Guy Fieri, your favorite, I think he might be doing like a riff on Supermarket Sweep.
So now? I've seen this. Yes.
Okay.
It's Guy's Grocery Games.
Oh boy.
It's alliterative, so it's good. The same general concept where they're sprinting through the grocery store, but they also, here's the twist, they have to cook food.
Oh, okay.
So I think you sprint through to get ingredients for the food that you have to cook, and then it's judged. I don't know.
And what's the name? Doesn't he have a name of the grocery store?
Probably.
It's like Flavortown, USA
Yeah.
or something. Like
Yeah, that
Flavortown
sounds right.
Market. Yeah, I guess.
Everything is Flavortown.
God damn him. I hate him.
It's the only host that would have been worse than the original Supermarket Sweep host.
Oh, God. Who consequently now looks like Gene Rayburn.
Right. Like no other host would have been as bad as Guy Fieri, but they went, hey, why not? We've got him under contract. Let's just do it. He needs another show. He's only got 15 going right now. Good luck.
he must be dead inside, right? Like that's my take.
I would think so.
Yeah.
There's been some very bad things I've heard about him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It was a few years ago. There was like an ex-producer wrote an article talking about his time working on diners, drive-ins, and dives. And now I'm to protect us from a lawsuit because I don't want a lawsuit. Sure. We're going to say allegedly on all of this because I have no proof that any of it happened.
Sure.
Maybe it is just a disgruntled producer that got fired, or maybe he is a lunatic. But he went to some restaurant and it was owned by a gay couple.
Okay.
And he threw a huge hissy fit at the production staff because they didn't warn him that it was owned by a gay couple. Like the guy, not that he was going to refuse to work there or anything necessarily.
Yeah.
But just the idea that he's in the room with a gay couple, he has to mentally prepare himself to be in that environment.
Okay.
He hangs out with Kid Rock, so it's not a surprise.
Oh, does he really? God, they seem cut
I'm
from
pretty
the same.
sure. Yeah.
Wow. They look like they go together.
Yeah. And so he couldn't just walk into a room where there might happen to be a homosexual man without like psyching himself up like he was about to go play the Super Bowl. You got this, man. You got this. They're not going to do anything yucky, I promise. Like that's what he had to have been doing in his head.
Oh, wow, that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh.
Allegedly. I don't know that it ever happened.
Oh man, God!
But that's the story.
Jesus, when you want to see Kid Rock and Guy Fieri be a couple participating on Supermarket Sweep,
I would.
I'm pretty
Who
sure
runs
Kid
through
Rock,
the grocery store.
Oh, I mean, Kid Rock's got to be faster, right? Like he's like a small guy, right?
I would assume Kid Rock was faster.
Yeah.
But I also would assume that Kid Rock would get distracted more easily in the supermarket than Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
Which is, I would assume, is the worst thing that can possibly happen if you're getting distracted going, oh, that looks good. Oh, Faco, that sounds really good. Let's get that. That's not the goal. You don't want that.
This is like a Mad TV sketch waiting to happen. And everyone in like Kid Rock gets distracted. He's like really good at it though, because they're only asking about the price of menthols. Like he knows that.
He can tell you per cigarette how much each menthol cost. Each brand he knows.
Virginia Slims, this much.
He knows based on who you're buying the Lucy from. How much each one costs. Oh, yes. Well, if you talk to Big Jim, that one's a quarter. So,
and he knows the rate increase for prison prices.
There you go. That's it. That's oh man, that guy. Have you ever seen a musician go from hated to loathed as hard as he, like, people went, wow, I hate Kid Rock's music. And it's moved to, wow, I hate Kid Rock as a human being. It went hard.
It did. Yeah. It did. I mean, like, he has a hardcore following, right? Like, he has people who love him. But the general public, I feel, turned on him really hard. And
so hard.
Probably for good reasons, honestly.
Oh, no, definitely for good reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, he was way too involved in that Bud Light situation this last year.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Way too into that. So.
But let us remember that he once did a duet with Sheryl Crow, who, as far as I know, is beloved worldwide.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about how that happened and what that room would have been like when they were together?
I just imagine a lot of weed. That's the connective tissue there.
Yeah, it can't have been a pleasant room to be in, I feel like.
No.
I mean, she seems fairly chill just in general.
Does. Yeah, she does.
I don't know anything about her as a human being. She may be a garbage dump of a person too. Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she doesn't seem like she would be stressful to be around.
Right.
And he seems like the polar opposite, where he would be very stressful to be around all the time. Like, there's no second of the day where it would be fine.
Yeah, he seems like a guy with constant needs. You know,
a lot of rants about nothing,
unproductive. I sort of heard through the grapevine that she's not easy to be around, though, and maybe that's like a new thing.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of, which bummed me out a little bit, because I've always liked her music. Like, I always thought, like, of the, like, adult contemporary, I was like, she's a really good songwriter. Like, she's got a good voice. I like her. I just like her. I'm not like a huge, like, the world's biggest Sheryl Crow fan, but, like, I like her.
Well,
yeah, well, I mean, did I show you my my
tats? You do have a whole series of tattoos of her song titles.
Are you strong enough? Right there. But you know, I did. Yeah, I think this might have been a recent thing, but I did hear through the grapevine that she's, like, not necessarily easy to be around, which sucks. That sucks.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I would have assumed that being around her would be similar to, like, being around Willie Nelson.
Oh God, the best.
Just like the general vibe where it's like, it's laid back in here.
Totally.
It'll get done at some point. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
we're working on recording this song. It's gonna happen.
Did you see Willie turned 90 the other day? A couple weeks ago, and I saw a little video he did. I think it was with AARP, and he was talking about, like, you know, like, what have you learned by being the age that you are? And he's like, well, first of all, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. Okay, don't try to stop me. Just get out of the way. And but he's also talking about, like, don't ever have a negative thought in your mind, like. Not ever, but, like, you know, like,
it's good advice.
Yeah. And then I saw something where he said that, like, weed saved his life, and I'm like, well,
yeah,
good for you, Willie. Good for you, man.
Yeah,
like, it seems to have worked well.
Yeah, I'm very happy that I've gotten to see him live. Like, there's the list of people that they're all getting old, and you're like, I may not get to see them before they kick it. And I've gotten to see him. That was good. I've gotten to see Bob Dylan a couple times. That was also good. I don't know that there are any old musicians that I feel like I need to see now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about seeing Paul McCartney. I love the Beatles, but I don't care. I don't care if I see, and I definitely don't care if I see Ringo.
I sort of feel the same way. I mean, you know, yeah. I mean, I still haven't listened to that song that like the
new Beatles song.
Beatles song. Yeah, I still haven't listened to it.
We haven't even talked about that, have we?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, it's for those who don't know, the Beatles have released a new and final Beatles song that was it a demo of John's vocals?
Something like that is what I heard, yeah.
And they recorded new instrumentation, and it's decent. It's a decent song. I mean, it's the Beatles. They were good at songs. I don't know if anyone knew that. It's a real hot take here.
I think that's the thing. I was like afraid to listen to. I was like, what if it sucks? Like, what if it's really terrible? Okay.
It didn't suck. It wasn't. I mean, I didn't listen to it and go, wow, the world really missed out on this one. But that's good. That's fine.
It's no day in the life is what you're saying, but it's a good song.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. It didn't make it onto an album for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like the hit song, you know?
Sure. Well, I was confused because at first I thought, like, I saw a video pop up on YouTube and I was like, oh, is this real? And then I thought there was some kind of like AI component to it. And so I sort of misinterpreted. I was like, oh, did they like AI John and George, and like Paul and Ringo are just there, like not being AI,
right?
You know, trying to play along with the AI or something. Like, I didn't understand what it was, and so that kind of tainted it for me. But now, you know, I'll probably check it out.
I feel like there was an AI component, but it was like they used AI to clean up the vocals.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
In some way.
Okay.
I think that's what I read, but I don't quote me on that. Allegedly. Allegedly, that's what happened.
That's like not even crazy in the world of audio anymore, because there's like you could buy, like right now you could buy some shit that would do that, you know.
Yeah, and it's not, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. It's not messing with you know, the creativity. The song was written by a human being, it was recorded by a human being, it was performed by a human being. AI just made it sound slightly better. That's fine.
Right. Yeah, it's not like I guess I went really far with this before investigating it at all, because I was thinking that they had like fed a computer all of John Lennon's thoughts and songs and journals, and they were like,
I mean,
this is what I came up with. Yeah.
Oh,
it's gonna happen. That's true.
Yeah, that
is gonna happen someday.
I mean, you've heard like the AI versions of songs with like Kanye West, where people have AI'd his voice into different songs?
Yeah.
They're pretty convincing. If you didn't know that, you know, he wasn't rapping My Name Is by Eminem at some point, you would believe it was his version of that song.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, we are definitely getting into strange territory with this sort of stuff. That's only going to get stranger. Yeah.
I don't like it at all. And I get really annoyed, actually, because like it's almost daily at this point on the news. There'll be something talking about AI, but like in a, isn't it cool that it does this? Like, no, it's not. Stop it.
No, it's terrifying. Thank you very much.
Stop letting it do that thing. I don't like any of it.
Yeah, I agree. I you know, and I think we're actually even using it right now with our Podcastle free ad for Podcastle.
Yeah, there's some here.
There's something happening. There's some kind of AI going on here, but yeah, I don't know. You just don't want it to seep into every facet of our lives before we really like wrap our minds around it, you know?
I will say I messed around with like ChatGPT at some point.
Yeah, I did too.
Because you know, you keep hearing about it, and I told it to write me a song in I think it was Kimya Dawson. I think I chose Kimya Dawson. Write me a song in the style of Kimya Dawson. Yeah. And it wrote the worst lyrics I've ever read about Kimya Dawson. Oh. And at that point I was like, I feel okay right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't understand this, so we're good at this second.
I think I talked about it on the show, but we some friends and I late one night asked it to write like an emo song about like hating your parents or something, and it was pretty convincing. Like it popped out like a complete set of lyrics that were fine. They were totally fine.
To be fair, though, you didn't really give it a challenge. Like,
no, that's true.
It's doing the same thing that a million 16-year-olds have done, and probably at the same level of success as them. So,
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, yeah, if you give it enough boundaries, right, it's going to do. Because, that's not a unique enough request, right? Is kind of what it comes down to. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the more you narrow it down, the weirder it gets.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like you gave it something specific and it spit out something.
So hard. So hard. I should have recorded the song, and then Kimya Dawson would think I was writing weird love songs to her.
That'd be kind of cool.
Just, I have a restraining order from her then because I'm writing weird songs about her that have weird lyrics that no one asked to hear. It makes no sense.
I feel like we should.
It's go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I feel like we should ask it to write songs about bananas.
Oh, sushi jackknife.
Yeah, sushi jackknife. Okay,